Okay, YouTube, we're going to try this again. This video is a recording of what was a live stream on ustream.tv. If you'd like to join in the live chat, go to ustream.tv, search for Inky Obsessions, and click follow, and you should be alerted whenever I go live. And come and join in the fun chat with the ladies, and sometimes the gentlemen will too. Will jump in there with us. And the last two recordings that I did, Ustream dropped in the middle of my 2-hour broadcast, and I lost the whole first hour. So if you've watched previous videos on YouTube, that's what happened. Hoping it doesn't happen today. So let me get myself situated here. Sandra, good morning, my dear. Okay, so this is just a mess that I left last night. Let me kick it off with this too. So I'm trying to promote some new stencil designs that I have on iStencils.com. And in doing so, they give me a coupon code for all my viewers. So Summer 20 is the coupon code this sale. You get 20% off your entire purchase, and that's the entire site, not just my designs. There's well over 3,000. Orders of $50 get a free mask, which is this one called Aztec Sun, if you order at least one of my other designs in your $50. And if you're in the US, you get free shipping. Also, a question came up about somebody had trouble finding my new designs. When you go to iStencils.com, scroll down just a little bit, you'll see a bunch of blocks of different designers, and you'll see my block up there that looks similar to this, actually, in color. Click on that, it'll take you to my page. You'll see I have the 8x10s and the 6x6s listed, and they're in chronological order. So you have to skip back to 15 or 20 pages, whatever it is, to get to the newer designs. So they're there, you just have to kind of dig a little bit for them. All right, so let's get started playing. Hey, Gayla. And Kimberly. Who else snuck in on me? So here's how a couple of these dried last night. This is that geometric mask, or geometry, I forget what it's called. Can't remember my own names, right? And this was the mermaid tails over the tribal river. This was the Target stencil. This was interlocking. And this was just a cleanup print of the mermaid tails when I did them in the metallics. I just thought that was a cool print with them in black. And this was what I call a patina print. See how now that it's dried and everything, it looks more like rusted up metal kind of thing. And this was that disaster that I did with the distress inks, and then stenciled over it, and then splattered gold watercolor and silver watercolor, and then put a white stencil over it, forgetting that the distress inks are going to reactivate and color the paint. So you see where it's not just really white. But that's okay. That's how we learn. All right, I'm going to... Oh, I'm going to show you guys a couple things. This is off track. Shocking. I was over the Queen's Ink yesterday and just picked up a couple little things. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these pencils. Blackwing. Right? This is like pencil porn. They had a demo up there where you could write with them, and they have a black one, a white one, and a gray one. And they're different hardnesses, and this is the one that I thought would be more suitable to me. But see, the eraser's kind of flat, right? So it doesn't roll on your desk. These are the smoothest, sexiest pencils ever. They're selling these there now. They're also going to start, Sandra, Patty's told me yesterday she's going to be getting in those Da Vinci squirrel mop brushes. You know, the kind that have the plastic ferrule with the wire wrap, the kind of Japanese looking brushes. She's going to, and they're kind of upper level quality. She's going to start carrying those. She's got an order in for those. And she's got a lot of Traveler's Notebook stuff now. Um, and she's helping me work on a surprise for you guys that are coming. That's all I'm going to say. So, anyway, I got these. You can always use these, and these are bigger than other ones I have. But these are Dina Wakley, and I love her handles on these, the size of them. They're media tools, and they're these rubber-tipped, double-ended yumminess. Mama like those. Where am I going to put them? Put them there for now. And these are the coolest things. I don't know if I showed you the other one she gave me, but I got another one to put upstairs. This is called a scrubby, and it smells so good opening it. It's got, they're citrus scented. This one's lime. The one I have is orange, and they have lemon. Let's see if I can get it out of the packaging. It's a bar of soap that is poured over top of a scrubby. And you see how the scrubby goes all the way through the bar of soap? It smells so good. And then when you wet it and just scrub the paint off, it is super duper with cleaning your hands up. So those are awesome. And I just got a couple more, re-inkers for my archival black. I was running really low on those, so I just grabbed a couple while I saw them. And then I got Lord. I got this. She's carrying the Lamy, what are they called? Crap. They're the, oh my goodness. Like calligraphy pens with the nibs in them, the Safari Lamy that everybody loves. Well, this is the Lamy Joy. And I got this one because, look at this beauty. This one has the wider tip, the wider nib. And I'm going to try putting my inks that I made with my, good Lord, I can't think today. Primary elements and the inks that I mixed up. Good night. Hey, Button. Hey, Trina. So I'm going to try that because in the fine nib, the Jane Davenport pen that I put it in, although it writes lovely, because the line is so fine, you can't really see the two-tone that I put in there. So I'm gonna try the wider nib, and I think that'll work. And that wrote like a dream over there where they had a testing thing set up. So anywho, what are we doing? I brought out some different paints that I thought we'd play with. Is there anything that I didn't use yet? I think I dirtied them all up. If anybody wants to see anything particular or something with a certain color, I know doing this 4 days in a row gets a little old. My brain gets a little tired of new things to show you instead of just boring you to death with repeats and repeats. So, holler it out there. In the meantime, I'm going to do some of my own experiments here with some other vivid ultra metallics from Color Art and pull out some colors that I don't generally use. And I don't know why. I love them. He's a keeper, Joan. CB. Gimme Pooh. Hello. Gimme Pooh and Kimberly. Looks like some of this settled on the bottom a little bit. So I'm just trying to do a little shaky. And this one is Autumn Leaf. And I'm just gonna, try not to use too much. Let's be conscious. Wake up. Smell the coffee running out of your cup every time you use too much paint. And this one's cashmere. This is one of my favorites. What will you use the media tools for? Well, I like to use them for like making, when I'm doing like a canvas, to scrape back some of the paint that's on there, or texture and texture paste, different designs you can draw in it. Also, I saw somebody demoing that when they use masking fluid with watercolor, instead of using a brush that pretty much will be destroyed and forevermore, you can only use it with the masking fluid, that they use a tip like this, a silicone tip, or a rubber tip that's pointed, and use that to put it on. So something like that's something you use every day, but when you need it, it's really nice to have. Sound wave. I'll put it up here on the pile, just for you, my friend. If I can find it. There it is. All right. I'll put that one on deck so I don't forget it. Okay, this is cashmere. Let's see what happens here. Oh, wow. Oh, this just looks pretty on the plate. I gotta tell you. That's a whole lot of yum yum right there. So, well, let's just do it on Soundwave. I was going to do it on interlocking that was more open to show more of the paint, but let's just do it here. Give the people what they want. Oh, happy birthday, Monique. Cindy Lou Who? Hello. All right. I'm just going to pull this on deli because they're, oh, I should have put it on black. See, there's a distinct possibility this will be yummy and look really cool. Like this design, something like this looks really cool in the background of a collage when you're doing a bunch of layers and you just see those jagged bits sticking out. Look at those colors. Oh, that looks like electrocution. They are fabulous, I'm telling you. Clean out the holes on this piece of junk paper and then try to get a, what was I thinking? You know what? I'm so bad. My memory's getting really worse than it was. That's really scary. But I can't remember your name, and I know you're here a lot. So sorry. And see how you get those little squiggles in there? That's when that deli paper puckers when it's wet. What happens? And you can see it in here too, but it was more paint on it, so it's kind of less obvious. But see that little wrinkle in there where it gives it kind of texture? This was the remaining bit and the high humps of those wrinkles that this picked up. The high humps. You want all these? You should have said something earlier. I think they're probably all, a lot of them are stuck together in the trash. If they're not, I'll pull them out for you. They are all yours, my friend. All right, I'm going to pick this up on black because that has a lot of potential. Every time I say or hear the word potential, I got to tell you this. Years ago, in the 70s, I worked at Joseph E. Seagram & Sons. Right? Whiskey, rum, all that good stuff at the plant, one of the plants. And we had some characters that worked there, let me tell you. Well, one of the older guys He drove a forklift in what we called the finished goods warehouse, where everything had been bottled and labeled with the ATF labels on them for whatever state they were going for taxes, and then put in cases and stacked on pallets, ready to go on a truck to get shipped. Well, he drove a forklift over in that area. And he did not have a command of the English language. Let's just put it that way. And he had some health problems, and he had gone to the doctor. Hello, yummy lover. Look at you. He had gone to the doctor, and he came in and he told us that he put him on medicine because he had high potentials. Hypertension. But he had high potentials. So that was always kind of a joke amongst the people there. But, oh yeah, Charlie's got high potentials. Let's try another one. Autumn leaf, that's what I did. What's this? Cashmere, I did that. Picking up the same ones. This one's Autumn Flame. Yeah, good old Charlie. Oh, okay, that's separated. Hang on. That's not good. That's what I get for not using these beauties. Yeah, gives it a little bit more positive spin, right? What else did he say? God, that's going way back. And funny, I can remember that. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Denise said she had a friend who always used to say Confederate sugar on. She used Confederate sugar on baked goods instead of confectioner sugar. Oh Lord. That work? I think that's better. That's more better. All right. Or not. Damn it. Still got a little bit up there that didn't shake up. I mean, it's just the medium for the paints, but, you know, I do want it a little more. It's still separated a little bit there in the tip. This one is Autumn Flame. And this one is called Dragon Gold. I'm repeating these so people on YouTube know what we're laughing about. Somebody said that their father-in-law would ask very seriously for a big and nasty when he really wanted a big and tasty burger. Oh, and somebody else got a trigonometry when she meant tracheotomy. Ah! Oh my God. Oh God, Kathy, that's funny. And another one, somebody's husband bought him some pearl earrings, and the salesperson told him they were the best stimulated pearls you can get. Oh, Lordy. And this, I think I'm going to put these back in upside down when I put them back on the rack, because they both separated a little bit. But I don't think it'll matter because it's just a medium. Right? It might come out a little bit more sheer than normal. That looks very similar in hue to this last one. However, I do believe it'll be different. I like this interlocking. Mama like it. Oh, you know what? I wonder what these paints would look like doing a patina print. Wow, CB, they kind of remind me of your colors. That'll knock your socks off. I can never wear pearls. I'm going to wear my stimulated pearls while eating a big and nasty. Sprinkled with Confederate sugar. That'll probably give me high potentials. Oh my God. I am so easily entertained. Really, I believe there's something not quite right upstairs, if you know what I mean. Hey, Amalia. It's all good. Coconut water break. Oh, there you go, CB. You can make all your own that you want. Oh, God, Bunny. Gotta laugh, right? If you can't laugh, there's bigger issues amongst us. All right, let's do... Let me show everybody, you guys probably know this, but anybody else watching that might not know it, the difference between a mask and a stencil, right? Looks like the same, right? But you get the opposite results. Let me show you. So for this, I'm just going to use some Liquitex Basics paints. Again, don't look at me. Grab another tube of this. This baby's seen better days. Ooh, this is a big mama. You can tell I like that color. I bought the big tube. And I'm going to do this with this blue. I saw, do you guys, the Marylanders, you remember Gail Ryan, right? The first year, she was doing jelly prints with that Liquitex Basic Brilliant Aqua Green, right? Hello, there you go, Brilliant Aqua Green. And she was mixing it with the Liquitex Basic Primary Blue. And they were very nice. So let's have a go with those two, shall we? Okay. So let's do the mask, right? So a mask, think of it this way. It's hiding whatever, it's masking, it's hiding whatever is underneath the design of the stencil, right? Is that the right way to say it? So when I do a print, I'm going to pick up everything but what's under the mask, right? So the mask keeps the paint that's in the design of the mask from transferring onto the print. I'm probably confusing everybody more. I should just shut up and do the print. Try to get a nice clean one. Run my finger around the designs, make sure everything's real touchy-feely in there. And pull this up. And you can see the exact design of the mask because it masked the paint from applying to the paper, right? This is the mask. Okay, now I'm just going to clean this up so that we can do the other one and show you what a stencil does. All right, I'll put the mask with the mask. Get rid of this. Oh, that's really, yikes. All right. And of course there's reverse. That's what was masked, right? That's the shape of this that was underneath of this. Once I pull this off, is now revealed. Like magic. It's magic. All right, let's do another. Oop. That one's kind of oozing out of there pretty quick. Oop. Hey, Virginia. All right, now the stencil in the same design, right? You put it down, and right away you can see what the difference is going to be. What's revealed is the design, and that's all you'll pick up is the design. Patti, with a stencil, you color the image. With a mask, you color the background. Reverse if using the jelly plate. That was a lot simpler said. Right, so with CB said, with the stencil, which is what this is, I'm coloring the image. The image is being colored, right? And the mask, it's actually the background around the image that's being colored. That was better English. I sound like the forklift driver with high potentials. Hey, Tam. Hurrying along. So there is the print of the stencil. Here's the print of the mask. So depending on what you want to go for, the masks, I like to use them, and I don't do that much of it anymore, to be honest. But I always like to use the masks. That's hard to say, masks. To spray inks over. Like when I was doing a lot of, when I first got into this stuff and I was using spray inks on everything, I like to use the masks because you get that sprayed out blurry edge. Well, here I did it over here the other day. Of course, this has since been splotted on and everything else. But this is the Aztec Sun mask, and I sprayed a Lindy Stamp Gang spray over it. Remember, my sprayers weren't working that great, so I had to change them up, and then I got splots, and well, there you have it. And then this is the Outback Star mask, where you can just stay around, you know, spray it and get that kind of washed out image as it fades off into the sunset. That was my... No, Amalia, I have not heard from Prince today. But I'm telling you, all his family out in the pool next door, they were raising Cain last night. I can tell you that much. This I'm just going to pick up here. So this, of course, the reverse of this is the cleanup print, and that's actually the mask. Forget I said that. That's going to really screw people up. I retract that last sentence. Hey, Ange. How you doing, dear? We were talking earlier when I was telling you guys about the the old forklift driver that would say things wrong. My mom had a friend, and whew, she had the same problem. But she would, my mom and my dad and her friend and her husband were at a party, a dinner party at the house of friends of theirs who the husband was some executive for Bethlehem Steel and the wife was a school teacher. So they were educated people, right? And the ladies were sitting around talking, and my mom's friend, who always screwed up words, they were talking about different recipes and food. And this woman says, "I love Quincy." And my mom said, "What the?" Thinking to herself, "What the hell is Quincy?" And she said, "I just really love, I have different recipes. I make it all the time. Quincy is one of my favorite things." She was talking about quiche, and she's calling it Quincy in front of the school teacher. And she, whenever we would go shopping, she was a shopper, man. Woo. I don't know if you guys remember years back. There was a Christmas tree that they came out with that it's still wet. They came out with, and it was called I forget what it was really called because I heard it wrong so many times. Shake a tree or something like that, where you just took it out of the box and you shook it and everything like fell into place. She went from store to store asking for a shake a Santa. Like, what the hell are you talking about, lady? But yeah, she was quite the wordsmith. Eileen, well, it's about time. Hello, what are we, chopped liver? I'm going to go down in the archives and let's do something simple. Um, let's just do some turquoise stripes and then put something over it that's a little flashier. What will that be? Oh, this is the one that's jammed up. Gosh darn it. All right. Let me find a tool. Where's my little pokey tool? Pokey poke. There you are. Let me try this. Scalpel. Maybe I should go in this way. I hope Paula's not watching me almost stab myself there. Oh, Ange, I know you want to go home. It's no place like home. And when I had my mastectomy, I lived alone, right? So I went back home with my mom and dad, and I had a bunch of complications with drains, and I had severe allergic reactions that I ended up in an ambulance twice. My face swelling up, swelling shut. From my neck to the bottom of my top of my knees was like one gigantic purple hive from a reaction from a med. And damn it, that's still stuck. Anyway, long story short, I stayed at my mom and dad's and had to sleep in a recliner for 8 weeks. My drains also were a problem. Um, and they had to stay in for 8 weeks instead of 2. So I needed help with all that. I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't I had to stay immobile and keep my arm elevated over my head all the time because of the surgery, and the lymph nodes being removed made the drain keep producing and overproducing. Hey, Kate. And I was there for 8 weeks. And I love my mom and dad. So with it not being comfortable there, and you having to stay there. I get it. But I was so ready to get home to my own computer and to finally be able to lay in my bed and just my own stuff, you know? But yeah. And then, even after that, crap, I think my fan's drying this up. Let me do these. When I finally got the drain, I couldn't start my chemo until my drains came out because they were going to put my port in around the same area of my upper chest. So actually the drain that was in for 8 weeks actually grew in place, and when they pulled it, they had to rip it out. But luckily that whole area was numb, so I didn't really feel it. I could just feel the pressure and the as they. But anyway, so I had my drain pulled on December 20th that year. I went in and had my port put in on December 21st. And December 22nd, I had my first of 16 chemo treatments. So after that, I still went back home with my mom and dad. And I did for every one of the chemo treatments. I went back and stayed with them until I got over the hump for 2 or 3 days. And then, hey, Laurie. And then I would go back to my house and be able to sleep in my own bed then. And, you know, just have my stuff. But it feels like forever when you're going through it. Like, oh, God, when is this going to end? I'll tell you what, the first shower after 8 weeks, it's like a spa treatment. This fan's, I put my fan on because I had a little flash, and I know, right, Joan? But, I had something in mind that I was going to do for this, and then it left me. Oh, I know. Let's do some, what are those 2 colors I used that were kind of... You got censored, Kate, but I'm reading between the lines. And I know that's too close to your household, too. All right, I'm going to do, let's do a gradient of this. And, oh, you know what? I haven't used this. This is this True Silver Vivid. This is like a mirror in a bottle. This is the prettiest, most reflective silver acrylic. Ever, never, never. Yeah, you know what? It is what it is, Kate, and you got to just suck it up and know that sooner or later it's going to come to an end. And, you know, now I'm going on 11 years out, and I mean, I still remember it, but it doesn't come into my head every day or every week or anything. I kind of, you know, just try to be thankful, and all that crap is what saved me, so. Nobody gets a free ride. All right, I'm going to do, I don't know if that's showing up on here. Oh, let me bring in a little bit. Let me bring in closer. Oh, crap. Now I'm going to move it away from me. There we go. Eileen, I'm going to come down to Boca, and I'm going to take all your paints from you. I don't know what I'll do with them because I don't use all mine either. But I'm taking them from you. I got to turn my fan off. This is screwing me up. All right. So that's how many paints that you have, Eileen. How many different brands. And I would be willing to bet you bought every color. That's just me going out on a limb there with a wild guess. But that's what I'm thinking. How many are we up to? Look at that lusciousness. And let's do mermaid tails like that. Do a little mermaid. Mermaid heinies. And let's put them over the turquoise stripes. Just for giggles, because we can. Oh, Lord, that doesn't sound good, Button. They think my allergic reaction was to Keflex, which was one of the antibiotics they had me on after surgery. I was sitting in my mom's living room, and she and I were watching TV. My dad was back in his little TV room. Oh, hello, lover. Look at those shiny mermaids. I'll put you in the special patty pile. Um, and all of a sudden, go get them, Virginia. Go get them, bring them to Maryland, and we'll give them out. We'll split them 26 ways, and everybody will have the burden of trying to figure out how to get all their new paints home. But anyway, I was sitting watching TV, and like all of a sudden, I could see something out of my lower peripheral vision. I was like, "What the hell am I looking at?" And I turned my head to my mom, and my mom said, "Holy shit! Go look in the mirror." And I went and looked in the mirror, and my 3 sections of my lips, like if you took your set of lips, right, and divided them into quarters, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters, 3 of those went like boom, 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 and swelled up so much I could see my own lips. This one little section never swelled. Just like 1/4 of, or 1/2 of my upper lip didn't swell. And by the time I got in there, then my lips started to swell, my face got puffy, and I started to itch. And thought, okay. And then I started to break out in these purple hives about the size of quarters all over my arms and upper body. So she called 911, and actually, well, doesn't matter. They came to get me, took me to the emergency room. She called my brother. He met me over there, and they start pumping me full of Benadryl and giving me steroids and stuff to get it under control. And then they released me that night with some steroids to take. So I go home, and I'm feeling better, and I'm taking the steroids, and lo and behold, 2 or 3 days later, I started to itch. And when I started to itch, yeah, here we are. Another little shadow, mermaid tails in shadow, night tails. I started to itch again, and my mom, I said, "Mom, look at my back. It's killing me." She's just screamed when she saw it. From the bottom nape of my neck, and it was like so many hives. It was like a solid dark purpley red, raised like this high off my skin hive that was felt hard. I could have ripped my skin off. It itched so bad, and then I started to swell up again. 911. The boys come back to get me, and they didn't give me enough steroids. So, because all that happened, because I was having the complications for the drains and still couldn't get my port and start chemo and all that, they didn't want to put me through allergy testing on top of it. So by process of elimination, we think it was the Keflex that did it. So I've not taken Keflex, nor never will. But man, I'm telling you, that was not good. I forget about all these little details that happen. I'm just thankful to be here. While I have this little mermaid shadow, I'm gonna try to clean that up. And I think what am I gonna clean it up with? Just Titan Buff? What should I clean that up with? Oh, look at this. Ooh, CB. I'll put that over there for you right now before I screw that one up too. Give them to you next month. Little brain fart there. Did you hear it? Do I want to use a color and try something crazy? You know what? This is standing here looking at me. This is an Amsterdam paint called, it's kind of dark, called greenish blue. Oh, look at you focusing and all that. Right, that's Amsterdam Standard Series. Let's just, for shits and gigs. Oh, do I want to put a teeny bit of white in there? Maybe to break it up just a little skosh. Let's do that. And this will water down to a real pretty turquoise behind that. And again, too much frickin' paint. Sweet mother of pearl. Sweet mother of stimulated pearls. Oh, I'm telling you, I'm so easily entertained. The sad part is, if I wasn't online, I'd be down here probably talking to myself saying the same thing. That's the sign of a sick mind right there. Trying to pick up a little bit extra of this to just throw away. Actually, I'm doing this intentionally so I can make CB some pretty pieces of paper. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let's go with that. All right, let's see what happens. Yeah. Ow, see there, Kate? We're thinking the same way with the dark blue. This one's really wrinkling. See all the wrinkles in the deli when it gets wet sometimes, what it does? Or can you see it? There you go. It's a wrinkling up. So I should mention again, if anybody's interested in join new or listening on YouTube, Summer 20 is the code for iStencils. It's good through Monday night, June 26, 2018 at midnight Eastern. You wouldn't think I'd have to be that specific, but I one time had somebody on YouTube write to me and say they were so sorely disappointed that I didn't tell them about the sale and that they missed the coupon. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but if you look at this recording, it was from 2014. You're watching an old video. Hey. I always talk to myself. Did I say 2018? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Now I'll get somebody complaining on that one. 2017. Tomorrow, in fact. Oh, Jesus. I don't know why they're confused. Uh-oh. Not a good one. It's leaving too much on the plate. Not a good pull. You can barely even see a mermaid in there. Can't even really see it. That was a bust. That's what gets when you try to do when you use too much paint on a cleanup. I get the craziest comments. Oh my God. You know, and not really that often. Honestly, with all the comments I do get, not that many of them are negative. Yeah. Eileen, that coupon code is good for a year. Excuse me. But, you know, you get the crackpot every once in a while that just thinks that I'm here for their purpose only. And if I don't do exactly what they expect, I'm a bad person. All right. Anybody want to see anything in particular? I'm going to go back to the mermaid scales and try different paint and see if we get those little those little dots. Remember we getting those little bubbles? Not good. And let's use this. Let's use this silver. And those two need to be mixed up more. Autumn leaf. We'll just use that. Your YouTube channel got a comment from a guy who likes to comment on your hair being pretty. Oh, no doubt 42 years old living in his mother's basement. Not that those people are all bad people, but yeah, yeah, right, Kayla. Somebody wrote me, I think the conversation went back and forth 4 times, telling me that it was very annoying that I was snapping gum while I was doing my stream. I haven't chewed a stick of gum in I don't know how long, and I damn sure wouldn't do it while I was streaming. And when I do it, I don't crack it. And I realized what it was. I listened back and I thought, what does she think sounds like gum? And it's when I first got into using, hey Jean, first got into using my essential oil diffusers. I brought one down here and I had it running next to my computer on another little table. And it makes a little bit of a bubbling kind of noise. That's the only noise that I could hear. And I said, you know, I don't chew gum. I know what I heard, and I can tell you're chewing gum. I wouldn't recommend it doing it on your streams. It's very annoying. I was like, lady, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't chew gum. And I wasn't chewing gum, and I don't know what you heard. Maybe it's something on your end. And she went back and forth 4 or 5 times. I said, well, you know what? I don't know what to tell you. Maybe watch a channel where somebody doesn't chew gum. I don't know. I don't know. I can only help you if you want to help yourself. Oh, Lordy. And remember the one that told me, how did she word that? She didn't appreciate my long recordings. She has, how did she word that? It was very professionally worded. But she said that my long videos were, God, I can't remember the word she used. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. Oh, shiny mermaid tails. Look at you. And it didn't do that. I didn't do the little dot thing. I like that. That'd be really cool in the back of a collage that just happens to have mermaids in it. Oh, yes, put that on Mother's pile. What did she say? Something about her art aspirations are somehow being held up or deterred, or I forget how she worded it, because she doesn't have time to watch. Hey, Kathy. She doesn't have time to watch a 3-hour or 2-hour video. She wants me to edit them down so they're more concise, so they go along with her art. I don't know, like her schedule for how she wants to learn. I'm like, lady, whoo, you need to find a new channel. It's really funny. It's real. I gotta laugh. And you know what kills me is when somebody takes the time to leave you a nasty comment or even give you a thumbs down. Like, if you don't like it, just move on. I don't think I've ever in my life, of all the thousands and thousands of videos that I've watched, I never have left a bad comment, and I've never given a thumbs down. And there's been some that are really shitty, let me tell you. But that's the person trying to do their best, right? And doing it for free and doing it on their own time and sharing it for somebody who might find it useful. So get a freaking life, people. Don't take the time to be so mean. That's see a little strip of that yum right there in a collage. Like if you can picture a raggedy piece of this. I have a huge sense of entitlement. Yeah, I don't know. I'm stifling them. Oh, what are you going to do? You know, you can't win them all. Let's do this. I haven't done this for a while. Oh, I wanted to do this too again. This one is called Floating Diamonds. And there's a certain way you can look at this where it actually looks 3D. Like the diamonds are like the top of a diamond shaped step. And these are like the up, what is that called? The vertical part of the step that you would like the toe kick or whatever. And then like this. Well, I'm going to try to show you. I'm not very good at Gene, somebody told you had a terrible voice and couldn't sing. You should sing a whole stream and dedicate it to him. All right, let's do. I'm liking that combination of paints, I got to tell you. Let's do uprights. Thank you. See, I knew somebody would come up with it. Let's do more of this. This is, what is this? Autumn leaf. This is really a good color. And let's do something crazy. Let's do something crazy. What's that crazy gonna be? I don't know how this is gonna work. This is rose gold. That might be a flop. But let's just break it up a little bit. This is a Dazzling Metallics rose gold. Not to be confused with the Extreme Sheen rose gold. I have got to find the time to do some acrylic pouring. I know we're going to do it with Andrea in July, but I got all the stuff, and I think she does it a little bit different than what I was planning to do. Hey, Vicki, welcome. I'm going to do that on black. And I have no clue what I just said. Alrighty, let's see if this will show you what I'm talking about. And it's like you don't see it all the time, but if you try to look at it that way, you'll see. Now, there, right there, to me, it looks like it goes vertical, like they're stacked vertical. It's like one of those trick eye kind of puzzles where you kind of like don't focus a certain way, and then you see the dolphins in the background. Well, there's no dolphins in the background, so let me help you there. But do you see what I mean, Vern? Like here, it just looks like diamonds. And there you can kind of see where it looks like they're floating one on top of the other, like the rows are one on top of the other. All right, if you don't see it, you don't see it. What am I going to do? Trying to read the chat. I did not have a stroke. I'm going to try to line this up because I can see the other design. So in case it's really good on one side, seeing through the paper. Oh, thank you, Jean. Jean sees it. No, Virginia, Patti does not sell the Vivids. She does have some primary elements, and she used to have some silks and twinks, but I'm not sure that I don't remember seeing them yesterday, to tell you the truth. But I have never seen the Vivids in there. There. Oh. See there what I mean? Where it looks like there's one row on top of the other. Do you see it? Work with me, people. Work with me. So what's the other one? Pleated. This one kind of looks 3D too. Looks like when you'd fan fold a piece of paper. Let's do this. I know, Ange. Doesn't seem fair. You will be missed. I'm going to throw a little something in between there. No, the green one maybe. You know, and Queen's Egg has a website now where you can buy stuff online. So there's that. I know it's not the same. Oh, look, CB, another one for you. This is really thick stuff. Holy crap. I'm going to load you up with these papers here, CB. Hey, Bright. Anna. Oh, thanks for joining. First time here. Appreciate it. Do you mean these? Is this what you mean, Anna? If it is, it's the Snell Abstract Acrylics. And they come with a set of tips. Here they are. So you can put the tip of the bottle on the pouch, and you can write or draw or leave 3D embellishments in all those different shapes right there. So that's pretty cool. Bye, Sandra. See you tonight, hopefully. Oh, the Vivids. Oh, okay. You mean these little tips, right? Sorry. So let me give you one that's got a clearer label on it. Here you go. These are Vivid Ultra Metallics, and they are made by fine print. See at the bottom there, colorart.com. That's Leslie Onstad's company. that makes the primary elements that are the basis of all of the other products, like these ultra metallics, the twinkling H2Os, which are her watercolors that have this dual shimmer in them that are like you want to eat the pot of them. Silks acrylic glazes, Radiant Rain sprays. What else? Silks, Twinks, Radiant Rains, Ultra, and the primary elements you can buy on their own, which I have a ton of and use them all the time because they are delicious. That African jade, I'm telling you, I'm going to figure out how to make that into a muffin. That's some good stuff there. Floss tuber. I don't know that term. I'm assuming they use like DMC floss and do stitching or something and have a channel. There you go. Somebody else is asking too. Yeah, 200 and some colors, CB. Now, not all 200 are out in the Ultra yet. She's introducing like 6, 8, 10, 12 or so at a time. But they is yummy. Let's see if we can get the little 3D effect on this bad boy. Oh, not so sure I like that combination of... Well, maybe I do. But yeah, can you see it where it looks like there's peaks here and here, like the high spots? Of course, that is peak there, but see what I mean? I like that, actually. I like the 3D look to it. Did you turn in your watercolor list to artistic? Yes, and I actually ordered a whole set in a tin myself so I can have it separate and use it, and when I demo it, it's going to look like what everybody else would buy. Although, actually, I'm pretty sure she'll put up the pan separate from the tin. But I got one of the 12 pan tins just to have them separate and handy, and so when I demo them, you know, it's all there. But and don't forget, she's in the middle of moving, so she's not quite 100% with all the business stuff at this point because she's got to get stuff done and reset up. But when she gets there, she's going to have a bigger studio area, so that will be good. Now look how that paint looks so yellow there and how green it looked here on the black. It's like magic. It's magical. Magically delicious. Let's do a cleanup through a mask because there's getting a lot of goodness down there. Oh, here's another mask that I like too. Iron Gate. We'll play with that one. And let's do something with the Aztec Sun. This is the only thing about the masks are they easily tangle because they don't have that border around them. This is the Aztec Sun, and it's actually a little bit bigger than the jelly plate this way. But I have a vision. I mean, you can use it for all kind of crap, right? But I have a vision of just laying it like this, or maybe like this, and doing like a. Ooh, let's do that. I like it better now that I said it out loud. Let's do that one in these sunny metallic colors. Autumn Flame. Yes, Autumn Leaf. Sorry, Autumn Leaf. And where's my cashmere? Here we go. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Hold the phone. Hold on, people. Let's put this one in there. When I see sun, let's do some sunburst. These are one step past yummy. See if that brightens it up a little bit. I'm telling you, I cannot, as many prints as I've made, and I haven't done it for a while, but if you'd see in my basement a stack of prints vertically, well, I can't even show you. It's too big. It's probably at least 1.5 feet tall of cardstock prints. Then I have a whole pile of deli prints. Patti, you're just you just impressed myself. I'm telling you, I'm so easily entertained. That is for sure. So I'm going to put that one right on the end there. Is that in the middle-ish? Good enough for my measurements. All right, let's try that. Let's do that on black. Am I out of frame? A little bit. So again, it's the mask, so it's going to pick up all the background paint. Oh yeah, I got these at Queen's Ink yesterday. These black wing. I got the gray ones, Palomino something. This is pencil porn right here. The Palomino black wing. Can I get it to show up there? And see how the eraser's kind of flat, so it won't roll off your desk. But they write like butter, and they've got 3 different hardnesses. They're really nice. I have quite a collection of different lead pencils, Tombos and different ones. Stabilo and graphite. You ever see me using them? They're not regular pencils. They are super pencils. They're like very high end. The lead is like you want to eat the lead. Oh, look at you. Oh, hello, lover. Oh, mama like that. I like it better without seeing the whole design, with it coming off the edge like that. See, it picked up those floating, what's it called? Oh, pleated in the background. Ooh, mama like you. It's that musicians like the hard ones to write their music, and artists like the ones like this. And the other ones are white, and I forget what they are for. Look at this little bitty yummy. Let's get you. So here you see the reverse. Yeah, you get replaceable erasers. You can buy separate erasers that stick in the top. Isn't that cool? Mama likey. That kind of looks like some sort of a landmine. But look at all that stuff in the, looks like circuitry where those pleats showed up in there. I like you. Oh, now I have this. I don't think I'll get anything else off the plate, but I want to clean this off. I don't want to ruin the paint that's on there. Probably dried by now. Oh, you're watching your twins, Kathy? Hey, twins! Say hello to Aunt Pappy. Oh, crap. Oh, speaking of Aunt Pappy, I gotta show you guys this. I don't know which ones I've showed you lately or not, but hang on. Yes, this is personal time, so if YouTubers don't like this, you can just fast forward. Come showing my baby. And I don't care who likes it or not. Where is my baby? There he is. There, my little poot. Look at him at the pool. Ah, look at the cheeks. Oh, God love him. Here's the same day, him and Chelsea at the pool. There my baby boy is. I had another really cute one. Oh, here we go. Buddha belly. I could eat that little fart up. He's a chunk, I'll tell you. And he was a lot thinner when he was born. Oh, here's a laugh. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but down in Ocean City, and I'm sure most beaches in the summer, they have people that run up and down the beach, photographers that'll take your picture. And then you go later that night and you pick up the little telescope things that you look through and you see the picture. Well, I found two of them down here in the basement. This is a hoot. I can't believe I'm going to show you guys this, but I'm going to show you. Who the hell cares? This is me and Chelsea. And you can see how I took it. I held the camera lens up to the eye opening of the thing and it got this telescoping picture. That's me and Chelsea. Look at her bikini. That's my baby girl. And then I found one of Chelsea and Zach when they were little at the beach. Isn't that funny? All right. That's not why we're here, though, is it? Refreshing coconut water. All right. Well, that was a successful pull. I like that one. And this one I think is very useful. I'm not going to do a pull. I mean, I guess I could. What the hell? But for especially art journalers or people who do canvases or collages and want a little pop of the punchinella, it's all here in one piece. But they also all come in 6x6s. And if you get the punchinella, if that's your thing, and you get it in both sizes, then you get all those extra variety of sizes and shapes, right? Just saying. Trying to help you out. Welcome back, Ange. So, what was I going to do? I was going to do a cleanup print. I might still do one. Do I want to do one? Let's do Iron Gate first and get this design in the background for the pull-up. So this one I have a stencil, this design as well, one of my earlier designs, and I liked it so much, I thought it would make a cool mask, and I was right. So, Button-Attic is Monique, right? Am I remembering that right? I'm so bad at this. But yes, Monique, they're if you use them, you know, if you use the punchinella kind of look and you like that little where you pounce paint through those little holes here and there to splatter it, it's pretty handy. Ooh, it's got real thirsty. Having a little flash. Gotta turn on my fan. Oh, look, another one for CB. I'm sure you're going to do something spectacular with those. You know what? We got all these metallics going. Let's keep going with that trend, shall we? Because it is an Iron Gate, right? So let's... I wish I could get this mixed up a little better. I don't want to spend the video banging this on my wrist. It's not very exciting. If we're on YouTube, you have the pleasure of fast forwarding. People live have to suck it up and listen to me slap this paint. Yeah, there you go. I got one. I need one of those Sherwin-Williams paint shakers, I think. This is dragon gold, and let's just do cashmere. And let's stop there and see if I can get the amount of paint right for a change. That cashmere, that's a really awesome, almost a rosy gold hue to that too, actually, but very like a champagne kind of color. Leslie actually made that. Oh, I remember what I want to do. Leslie actually made that cashmere after she said she was watching one of my streams. Remember at last launch I did that whole day where we did just all metallic pulls, and I was mixing the golden, fluid, silver, and copper, and where they would blend you'd kind of get a rosy goldness, and that's what she based this cashmere color off of when she saw it. Patty, what size holes are the top ones on the 8x10 stencil? What size holes are the top ones on the 8x10 stencils? Let me tell you. Let me show you. Whoa. Can I show you this? Of course, I got black. Let me turn it over so you don't see the black paint. There you go. Okay, so let's see. That ruler's not going to be the one that's going to let you see that very clearly because it's see-through. Let me grab, oh lordy, grab this one. And let's see if I can do this properly. They look to be just over a quarter, maybe 5/16 ish. Hang on, let me get it lined up. All right. Ugh. Oh, I forgot I had this on here. Hello. Oh, yeah, thanks, Jean. They are both adorable. Chelsea, Chelsea's 28, and Zach is 20. Will be 26 the end of July. Owen is Chelsea's baby. He was the little fat baby with the hat and sunglasses on with the Ahoy shirt. The little boy in the picture with Chelsea was her brother, of course. Now look what this did. Look at the little dots that showed up occasionally there. Perfect little circular dots under where the stencil would be. Because it's in the black parts, right? Or the mask. It's in the black parts. Just when I thought it was solved, we have another mystery. But anyway, there's the, that looks cool, doesn't it? Mama like that. I like that design too. I'm into all the geometrics and abstracts, as we know. But that one's pretty cool. I know, right, Denise? Like, oh man, now we got to do math. 1/16 of an inch. Are you kidding me? To be honest, I didn't even think about the size. I was just going by the look when I designed it and put it out there. It's really baffling because that's under the piece of mask. It was smooth paint. And it hasn't done it all day and most of yesterday afternoon. It stopped. Oh, look how that pulled up bits of turquoise here and there. Fan's blowing it out of my hand. See over here where you get that little bit of cleanup looking kind of deal? And up here I saw some green. It's so flashy you can't really see the colors. It's blinding. Put your sunglasses on. But that's just a ghost print, and look how shiny that paint is. I'm telling you, it's over in Mama's pile. But now see, what I said? Now see, I got all these images on there that should pull up on a print. Now I'm thinking, yeah, oh, is it Kimmy Poo? Yeah, I love Chelsea's name too. She was going to be Chelsea Noel because she was due Christmas Eve, and she decided not to come around till January 12th, so she became Chelsea Nicole. Well, we should do a patina print too. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do a patina print with the ultras. You people need to remind me of this stuff. That's why you're here, to keep me on track. All right. I wonder if I clean this up with black on black paper, so all you see is the metallic. Does that make sense? Or should I just do tight and buff on deli? The frog walks on the jelly plate at night. I'm not ruling that out, Kimberly. It's not totally out of the question of what may be going on here, because I can't figure it out. I got to tell you that much. Okay. Oh, she's Chelsea Nicole. Wait a minute. What's her last name? This is too much of a coincidence. I was working with a lady on one of our big events we go off site for at work, and her last name was Parrish, spelled with two R's. And we were talking about different stuff, and she said her husband David, and I thought, huh, that's my husband's name. I'm like, wait a minute. Does he travel a lot? What's going on here? Totally. Oh, you girls. All right, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do a combo. I'm going to pull it with black. Oh, here's the farting tube again. Oh, Lord. Give me strength. I'm going to have to get rid of this. It feels heavy, though. I mean, I know there's more in there. And it's so sloppy when you cut open the back end of it. You can't really control it. Oh, hell. In the shitter you go. Let's grab another tube, shall we? Let's not fight it. Oh, I don't have any more. I'm going to get more basics black. I have Amsterdam and different ones of black. Oh, watch, it's probably too much paint. Yeah, it's the paint tube, not the artist. Not Parrish. Parrish. So I call our house the Parrish Parish. Listen to that squeaker. So I'm going to pick it up with black. Kayla, I'm not going to read that comment out loud. I know. Well, you know, Ange, sometimes it happens. Just slips out. I need to get that looked at. Joan, need to get out the oil and oil that chair. All right, let's see. Do we got it? We don't got it. Gosh darn. Ah, blame it on Babe. Ha! Hey, not too much of that is just blame. Let me tell you, she's having a problem here of late. Come from this way. Now this side's cleaning it up pretty good. Ooh, look at you. That side didn't. See, that's what I was peeking at. I saw all that on there. So I'm only going to get the really goodness down here. But look at that. Darn it. Darn to darn darn. That would have been a cool one. But maybe I can get the other half down here still. Ah, Monique, that's funny. I will not read that one out loud either. Only those here live in chat will be privy to that personal admission of defeat. What are you going to do? Gail, it's just a little snippet of what you have to look forward to in a few weeks. Yeah, see, that one got a little bit more, but you see those little crinkles in it for when the deli paper gets wet and wrinkles a little bit. So I wouldn't call that a raging success, but you can't win them all, right? It's just a piece of paper. Don't be whining about it. All right, now what did I say I was going to do? I was going to use, a patina print. Sweet mama. You know what? This one's probably too open for a patina print. Let me find something patina friendly. You know what? I think this will work. Let's do this. One of my old faves, cave etchings. This one's, if you feel how thick this was with paint, you know the love that this one's seen. Let's do, okay. Let's try a patina print, shall we? So all black. I wish somebody could tell me why black spreads out so nice and evenly more than any other color on the plate. And now, let's do this. And all I want to do is clean out the holes of this design. Look, I just love that. Does that appeal to everybody, or is it just me? I'm keeping all the fingers tightly closed. Maybe we should do some morning exercises to kick it off every morning before breakfast. All right. That's a nice clean print. I should have put it on the other deli. So I have a lot of gray hair now. Before I lost my hair from chemo, I had a little bit of gray starting. I was 49. 49, yeah. But I had, my base color was different than it is now. My base color was kind of like a warm chocolate brown, kind of, maybe. Is that a thing? But I had it foiled with so many, I had like 3 different shades of blonde they would foil it with. So if somebody would describe me, they would say the blonde, because I had more blonde than brown. And then when I lost all my hair and it grew back, the base color is completely different. It's like a cool, such a dark brown. It's black, really like a shade of black, and a lot more gray, which I don't really care about the gray streak. But now I don't. I don't color it anymore because the gray, I got natural highlights, I guess. But I don't like when you have blonde and gray to mix it up too much, that when the roots come in, it looks like dirty to me or something, depending on the shade that it is, but that's just me. Okay, so now I'm going to do autumn leaf. And I guess we'll do the silver to get a little contrast in there. So I'm going to pull this up and blot it. And this is a thin layer, so I'm going to put this on right away. This may not work because it's kind of thin. I can't get it right. I'm telling you, I'm out of practice or something. Did I say silver? No, I'm doing silver, so there you have it. Okay. So now I'll lightly brayer this over so that it mixes and fills in all the holes. You can see that circle where I dropped the, oh wow, that came out kind of cool. And get this off of here. And, oh, I'm going to lift off the extra paint, not paying attention, right? Just let the brayer, that's going to be cool. I'm going to put that over there for CB. Extra paint by just the weight of the brayer. See how that exposes that design on there now? And this could be potentially yummy, so it's going on deli, so I can collage this bad boy. This is stunning. I'm going to do this a few more times with different colors of the Vivids. Oh, hello, lover. Oh, 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 look at you. Oh, Mama like you, but there's a big wad of black right there that was on the edge of my plate. Bye, Kathy. Feeding time at the zoo. Ah! Yeah, Mama liked that one. That's going in Patty's pile. All right, let's do another. Let's do another. You know what? Let's try doing one. I love this stencil, but I don't know if it's too open because it's not going to leave enough black to really make it look old and grungy. But I don't know that. So let's try it, shall we? Let's just throw down and just friggin' do it. That's how we learn. CB, look at this with all the textures that came out with the shapes in there that my brayer picked up. Can you see that? I'll put that over here for CB's pile. Oh, and that one too. Look at that. There are areas of genius in there, actually, and all it is just crap that came off my brayer. That's how much I love you, CB. My friend Donna Walsh, when she'd come over and play here in person, whenever I was jelly plating or doing stuff like this, I would always throw her my scraps across the table, and she would throw something back at me that was stunning that she made, like cards and different things she made out of it, bookmarks. She'd take that scrap, and while we were sitting here, she'd make something, throw it across the table, and it was magnificent. Oh, she's working on a really different, cool, fun class for us in Maryland. I can't wait. This is going to be really, really nice. Really nice. Okay, let's do this. I don't know how this is going to work, but that's how we learn. This is the Bubbles mask. And again, I'm just going to clean up the black away from the mask itself. Ew, that's a pretty black and white. That's kind of nice. But even still, that was a little bit of paint, but it seems like a lot of paint when I go to pick it up. And I ran into Jessica Davies. She was over at the Queen's Ink talking to Patty. She's gonna is the one doing the Zentangle class for us in Maryland, and she's got some pretty cool new stuff to share. Okay, so now, what colors am I going to use? What color? What color? What color? Cashmere. You know what? Let's do something really crazy. Yep, crazy it is. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to pull this and try to blot it off just to clean it. All right, nothing fancy. And now while this is wet, I'm going to go cashmere. Maybe not. A little cashmere. A little of this autumn leaf. This wouldn't be a color that I would really be drawn to, but it really is stunning. And I'm going to throw in some African jade. Just as we say for shits and giggles. Just to be different. Because that's my favorite color. Let's see how it looks. All right. So I'm going to blend these all in just to get a mishmash of colors. Right? Oh, look at that, CB. I'm just making these papers now just for you. Oh, look at that. Look how that came out. Oh, that one smeared a little bit more. Oh, it's too much yumminess to even show you. Hang on. Deli paper, please. Getting too excited here. I hope I didn't forget a step, but look at these. I picked up the circle design on the brayer and a little bit of that African jade mixed in there. CB, you are a lucky girl. Look at that one. Need any tiger skin cards made? I do feel for the people flying and traveling. Because I know I'm an overbringer, and if I had to limit it, it would be really hard for me. Although, every time I do overdo it, it pisses me off that I'm that much of a knucklehead, that I didn't learn from the last time and lighten it up. I only used a quarter of what I brought. I'm going to hook you up, CB. Now, this one, I don't know if this is going to come out like a patina print, but it'll probably be pretty just because of what it is. Oh, look how that African jade went to the green side. And that looks kind of patina-ish, right? Some of those close-ups. That's not bad. But it does, I think it does look better for a patina kind of print that you're looking for, if you were looking for it, with a stencil that would be busier so it leaves more black on the page. Joan, if you get stuck, I'll we'll have an empty suitcase you can use, I think. Or you can have. Every year we'll give you an empty suitcase. So I don't know. Yeah, some of these stuck together when I chucked them in here. That one's got a little bit of something on it. I'll put them all over there. If you don't want them, you can chuck them. I gotta remember to do this, because if I don't do it now, it ain't never gonna happen, my friend. Oh, shoot, that's too bad. That one's stuck together. It's gonna look like some rainbow threw up on the other side of my table where I'm chucking all these. Oh, what the hell? See, I should have thought about it sooner, because I'll never use all these, and I just to keep moving on the stream, I just shove them in the bin. Okay, what time is it? 47. I got time for one more. Let's do a, hang on. Let's do a cleanup through a stencil. And this I'm gonna, because I got a lot of black bits on here. Is that dry? I'm gonna just use Tight and Buff. You know, I say this all the time, but I just tickle myself. Tight and Buff, like I like my men. Or otherwise known as Tight and Buff. I just thought of something. I was going to show you the copper and silver, and I didn't do that. Oh, Lord. Mine is a terrible, terrible thing to waste. But I do my best, people. Can't help it. Oh, my brayer's starting to squeak. Has it been squeaking all along and it just now hit me? Maybe that's the frog. It's my brayer. No, it's not. Maybe this was like a Prince call. Maybe that's why he shows up in my basement. He hears this. He's like, oh, hey, chickadee. Where's my little girl frog tweeting at me in there, and comes in to check it out. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. So to try to avoid my previous cleanup problems, I'm going to lightly take off a little bit of that paint and hope that there's enough on there that it sucks up the design. Maybe, maybe not. So the cleanup prints through the stencils, they're kind of cool because the whole plate is yucky, right? The whole plate's going to be cleaned up. But you're only going to see these bits here on this pull. Yeah. It's bland but interesting. And then I thought it would pick up more of the metallics, and it did not. On the underneath of this is all going to have those black bits in it, and I thought more gold, but apparently not. Where the hell did I pick up that? I do not know. Let's see, that picked up the rest. And if I'd have pulled it on one sheet, I got a whole sheet of that stuff, which I probably should have done because that wasn't all that interesting, to tell you the truth. And that doesn't get any more boring than that on white paper and that color paint. Clean off that. And let's, for gigs, let's do I'll just grab this mask because it's here. Let me see if I have more copper paint though. That's going to be cute. And I do. I didn't think I'd be out of stock on that one too long. But these are the colors that I was mixing together that many streams ago when I did my last launch. This is Golden's Iridescent Copper Fine, fluid acrylic, right? And I'm going to use the same in silver. And I'm going to do a gradient. And if it works the way I want it to work, which you don't know that's going to happen, do we? I'm going to get that way down in here. And here's the copper. This copper does have quite a bit of reddish rosy pigment in it, right? Because copper does. And then when we go up here and start get that gradient going, you kind of get a rose gold thing happening. So let's do this. Ooh, that's pretty, just like that. I'm going to do this with black. CB and Virginia, how far away from each other are you guys? Wow, I'm just looking at the screen and I see me rolling the copper and silver together, and that copper looks so different on the camera. I mean, on what you're seeing, it looks more rust than rosiness here. All right, let's see what we got. Hello, lover. See that whole middle section, how it's kind of rosy gold-ish? Like right through here. Ooh. Mommy like, and I think this one might be good, so I'm going to do it on black. And because you can't see through the black paper, I'm going to do this on the back and blot it there. So I'm going to get ready to wrap up here in a few minutes, guys, and this will be my last stream demoing the stencils and sharing this coupon code. However, the coupon code is in effect until tomorrow, June 26th, 2017, until midnight Eastern time. And so don't miss out. I've tried to push it on all my social media so that everybody, because I always get a couple people saying, why didn't you tell me there was a code? I didn't see that you had a code. I didn't know there was a sale. It's on Facebook, on my personal page, on my art page, Inky Obsessions. I tweet it. Ustream sends out announcements. I post it on the Jelly Art site. I post it on the Stencils Online iStencils site. It's on YouTube multiple times, and it's tweeted. So, if you're living under a rock and you missed that sale, I can't help you. I do my best. It's just pretty. It's just pretty. All right, let's do a cleanup. I know I got metallics now. But you know what? I'm just going to go tight and buff. It's not black cardstock, Anna. It's printer paper. It's just bond paper. I got a ream of it on Amazon. But it's really nice though. It's a nice weight. It holds up well to jelly printing. It's not so thick that you can still collage decently with it. Oh, good, Jean. All right, Joan, rather. And feel free to ship them here if you want to do that. Get in on that free domestic shipping, and I'll give them to you next month. Look how pretty my brayer is. Okay, let's get this bad boy on there. Our next job, when I finish streaming, we will be shampooing 200-pound dogs. I'm not going to go over that because that's got pretty metallics on it. I'm going to take off a little. It's not too much excess, but just enough to hopefully let me clean my plate. And wrap it up. So 4 streams, 4 days in a row. Plus, didn't I stream earlier in the week doing something? Okay, Joan, I'll look for them. I'll put them in your stash, hon. I still have to get your metal tape. And I will. I promise you I'll get it. I just haven't been there yet. But it's on my list. You will have it when you get here. Hey, CB, you'll get tickled at this. Oh, you're 2 hours apart. That's not bad. That's a play date right there. Dave and I were driving somewhere last night, and we were talking about the cookout I'm going to try to do for the ladies that'll be here on that Monday night. And I was telling him that I invited Patty and Terry and Kate from the Queen's Ink to join us. And he was saying who all's going to be here Monday. I said Joan and Paul, Kathy and Gayla, Orla, and I think Virginia's coming later. And I was trying to remember, and I said, I can't remember it's CB. And I said, do you remember who any of these people are? He said, CB, yeah, she's the spunky little redhead that sat up front, right? So there you are, you spunky little redhead. Oh, Gayla, you're getting Jones the tape you get at Home Depot, the metal long tape. Are you flying in, Gayla, or driving? That's a long drive. I think you flew last time. Because if it's too much for you to pack, I can get it. Hey, Nisha. You did. Unfortunately, I'm just getting ready to wrap up. I've been on since 11 and getting ready to wrap up here. I originally was scheduled for 1 o'clock, but I had to change it because I got too much to do and I can't do any... I don't have enough hours to get it all done, basically. Yeah. Got quite a reputation in Maryland, CB. Between him and the bartender. Huh. You're flying. Let me know if you want me to pick it up, Gayla, unless you already have, and I will, to save you some packing room, because God forbid there could be a couple other paints or something you want to sneak in that little section of your suitcase. Or maybe Joan was trying to trick us and have multiple people bringing this huge stash of metal tape. I know how she likes, I know how she thinks. She seems innocent enough, but... Oh, okay. All right, I will take it off my list then. Unless, Joan, you want many, many, many rolls. Or if you decide you like it when we're here, we'll send Dave on a mission, and he will be happy to go get it. And you're here before and after class, right? Days before and after, so we'll have plenty of time to get it for you. So that picked up a little bit. Probably should have done it on black paint. But I didn't, so there you go. So kids, thanks you for putting up with me and hanging with me for 4 days in a row. I don't think I lost my recording today, so I might actually have a full 2-hour video to post this time. And here is the details one last time. iStencils.com. Summer 20 is the code for 20% off your entire purchase. Spend $50, and if at least one is a design is mine, you'll get a free mask that looks like so. And shipping in the US is free for orders over $50. And I'll bring back a few of these prints to leave here as I exit stage left. These are pretty good, huh? Here's the one I wanted to show you guys of the free mask. I did that print, which is spectacular. And here's the ghost, right? Well, not the ghost, but the image I picked up when I looked at the stencil, the mask. And look at these mermaid scales. Hello, lover. So, a little shadowy mermaid tails. Look at you. That's pretty good. All right, kids. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for your support, as always. And again, like I always tell you, if you can't afford to buy them, don't feel like you have to, because it's me. I wouldn't want you to do that. But if you want them and you can, get on them, girls. All right. Bye-bye, YouTube.